All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome to part two of my sketchbook series, my sketchbook tour. I'm going to be showing you through some random pages of my sketchbook, and I'm going to be talking about some announcements and some stuff coming up that I want to share with you guys. So, you've got some stuff to look at as I flip through my sketchbook, and I'm telling you what it is that I'm working on. So, by the time you're seeing this video, my store should be up and ready to go. I've got some originals. I've got some original ink drawings. I've got some original paintings as well. I've got prints, at least one t-shirt. All of that stuff you can check out in the link in the description box below, wesleyedwardsart.com. And I'm going to be returning to my comic series, the Philip K. Dick Files, this month. Which you can find the first three issues in the description box below as well. The first two are free, and the third one is like $3, right? So you can get like 70 pages worth of comics in the description box below. You can check it out. And for those who don't know, Philip K. Dick is the science fiction writer behind Blade Runner, which I've also done an analysis series on Blade Runner as well, which is on this YouTube channel. And so you can go through and you can check out the analysis of Blade Runner. And those video essays that I did on Blade Runner and Minority Report, which are films that are based off of Philip K. Dick's writing, those are complementary to the comic book itself. And so I'm going to be getting more into that stuff in the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to be having a podcast specifically titled The Philip K. Dick Files, which is going to be talking with people that are connected with Philip K. Dick's work, as well as continuing to do a series of video essays, and I'll also be doing process videos on the next comic as I create it. So his work is really interesting because the work that he does is more about what is reality. That's really what it is that drew me to his work to begin with. And if you look at my channel, you'll know that I love like psychedelic art. I love stuff that makes you think and really makes you wonder and consider. So, oh man, this is a really good drawing of Snake over here. So anyway, what I really appreciate about Philip's work is that he's more relevant as a science fiction author than most science fiction authors. You know, his work is much more, has a prophetic element to it. You know, in a lot of ways, people would say that he predicted a lot of the things that are going on in the world right now, the way that the world is. Total Recall, which Arnold Schwarzenegger over here on the left, he was in it. Total Recall is another film that was based off of a Philip K. Dick story. And you know, so the comics that I have adapted, the first one is called The Hanging Stranger, which you can get in the description box below for free for now. And it's basically about a guy who is on his way to work, and he sees a dead body hanging from a lamppost in a town center. And he can't figure out why it is that everybody's walking past it like they don't see it, like it's no big deal. And he begins to have this moment of crisis. You know, he's wondering to himself, is he losing his mind, or is he seeing something into some other dimension? You know, is he seeing into some other dimension of life? And this is something that's very common in all of Philip K. Dick's characters, is that they seem to be at this crucible between feeling like they're losing their mind, or are they having some sort of spiritual insight. Philip himself, he wrote a journal called the Exegesis, which was published posthumously whenever he passed away, after he passed away. and it talks about it's basically his journal entries, and a lot of it is him trying to figure out what had happened to him because he had had a series of mystical experiences that would go on to inspire his writings. He had visions where he felt like some entity or God was communicating with him and was giving him these insights, these personal insights that he needed, right? And one of those was that his son was sick. His son was sick with something I can't remember exactly what it was. But in any case, this voice came to him and explained to him that you need to take your son to the doctor. He has this and this problem, and come to find out, they took the kid to the doctor, and the voice was right. So I'm in the middle of adapting the second story, which is called The Golden Man. And The Golden Man is basically it's a science fiction story about, it's almost like an X-Men type story. It's about a man who has supernatural powers after World War III, but he has his own particular way of exploring that idea. But you can see how his ideas, especially in like The Golden Man, went on to influence things like the X-Men and all the superhero stuff. But it's much more of like a psychedelic superhero. It's much closer to something like the Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. In fact, I would say that it's probably the Dr. Manhattan was most definitely inspired by Philip K. Dick's The Golden Man for sure. They're very similar. But anyways, guys, that's my riff today on my sketchbook tour here. I'll be putting these out weekly, and so these will be kind of like weekly check-ins on different things it is that I'm working on and where I'm at with things, and then you also get to take a look at my art. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. If you'd like to see more, you'd like to hear more about my comic series, you can check out the description box below. You can find my store there. You can find my comics there. You can find tons of cool stuff to check out here on this YouTube channel. I've got video analysis series. I've got podcast interviews with other artists. I've got illustration tutorials if you're interested in being an artist or a comic artist. I just want to make this channel like a resource for people that can actually be really useful and just fun to jump into. So I hope you guys enjoy the stuff that I put on here, and thank you so much. Take care.